most white people in this country. They know that they've been violent in their brutality against Negroes. And they feel that someday the Negro is going to wake up and try and do unto them as they have do unto the whites as the whites have done unto us.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to episode 4 of the Jacks of All Trades podcast. We are your hosts, David, Evan, Dez, David, whatever. It doesn't matter the order. We are all here. We appreciate you guys tuning in this week. First off, we want to say we appreciate everybody. Damn, I think I just said that. Everybody tuning in this week. First to last listeners, our 5-minute listeners. If you're going to listen 5 minutes, everybody that's tuned in since week 1, everybody that follows us on Instagram at Jacks of All Trades podcast, as well as our personal Instagrams are listed below. So this week, we already know. I want to start off by asking how you guys are doing first.
Doing swell, man.
All right, man. Thanks for asking.
It's been a crazy week or two, dog. Ready to get on it now.
It has. And the first thing I want to say to everybody, so there were a few people that actually messaged me and asked, before last week's episode came out, and then even after it came out, were we going to get into what's been going on in the world last couple of weeks? We just want you guys to know we record our episodes whenever we're all available, right? That happened. The events that happened last week recorded after we recorded. So we're sorry to people that have been waiting on that and wanted to hear from us on that. I do want to start off by saying as well, so just so you guys know, when we started this podcast, when we came up with this idea, right, we always talk about sports and music, right? We know we've always said this was going to be the main emphasis of the show, you know what I'm saying? Just 3 guys talking and just having fun doing what we do, talking about what we talk about every day. But we also acknowledged, we said if anything comes up important in the world, anything that the world needs to know or anything of importance, that takes precedence over anything else we want to talk about, and it can't be ignored. So we just want to let you guys know that. So today, it's not about sports. It's not about music. Everything else that's not dealing with the social issues and what's going on in the world takes a back burner to what we got to say today. So we appreciate you guys for listening. We know the world is in heavy emotions and stuff like that, things that's going on, dealing with George Floyd last week, the tragic killing of him. I want you guys to start off with like just where you guys at mentally, your mental health, how's it affected you, your family, like what is your thoughts on the series of events that have happened, and we'll just go from there.
I'm gonna let you touch it first, Dez.
I knew you was gonna say that. For me, it's been emotional, not just at the house, 'cause I got a brand new child, what I'm saying, young son. So, just thinking like, damn, what if that was me? What if that was him? Thinking like that, So me and my wife sat down, we talked about that type of thing. And then just the workplace, man. The workplace been a little shaky, you know what I mean? You got people that's thinking, okay, taxpayers this with the riots, protesters doing this, so many different opinions, motherfuckers saying, excuse my language, people saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, and even in the workplace, you know what I'm saying? I think that shit it's just too much, man. That's about it for me, man. Not much I'm gonna touch about it.
Man, for me, dog, like you said, we all 3 of us actually have relatively new children. I think my baby's the oldest. Yeah, she's 1.
Yeah.
That shit's hard to think about because George's daughter was she's 9, I believe she was 9 or 10. Bro, seeing her talk about her father saying her daddy changed the world, that shit hit me different, dog. Like that, I can't imagine being taken away from this world. It's gonna happen, right? We're all gonna die. Our time is coming, but getting taken out like that by the people that's supposed to protect you That shit, but that man, I, I'm still a loss of words. It confuses me every time. It's I don't understand what my people did, what our people did for y'all to treat us this way. It it doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, every race has their knuckleheads. I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, we're perfect because we damn sure not. But damn, like just like that, my guy, police got called on him for a fake $20 bill, and so his life is worth a fake $20 bill. Is what I'm getting out of this. And the way the cop, I forgot his name, but the way he was standing on his neck looked like it was a fucking trophy, like he just hunted down a fucking bear or something. Like nigga, this, sorry, sir, this is not a sport. This is not a sport. This is a human being. This is a life. Somebody's father, somebody's significant other, somebody's child, and you took them away because you felt the need to. It, it was frustrating for sure. It's frustrating for me and my family for sure. But yeah.
So, I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where to start. So I'm just gonna go because we didn't get to talk about anything last week. My first thoughts when I seen it, you know, this has been going on for a while now. Last few years, the killing, the murders of unarmed Black men and women has been ridiculous. Like when you hear the stories of how they're like I said, it don't even matter how, it's all wrong. But when you do hear and you see how hard, like how bad it is, and like how horrifying it looks, it's almost like, are you serious? Like, dude, like when I seen the video, obviously we heard about what happened, you know, when the video came out and you see this man applying pressure to this dude's neck with his hands in his pockets, dog, your hands is in your pockets. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, not even like, dude, I can't even like I said, I can't even really describe how it is. The only thing I could say, bro, is you just picture yourself that if anybody got to stop what's out there, we've all been in water, we've all swam before, right? Holding your breath in water for 1 minute is tough. You know what I'm saying? Having someone apply pressure, you not being able to breathe for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, though. And honestly, it was probably before that because I think according to what they said, and also in the video, after 6 minutes and some change or whatever, he was lifeless, right? So for the remaining 2 minutes or so, he had already passed. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like how as a human being, how do you live with yourself? And then and before any details come out, you hear about how they put him in the car, the 3 cops beat him, right? 3 cops beat him, and then you had one standing outside, and then you hear, I guess they had worked together or something like that in a club or something like that prior to or whatever. So I'm like, was this on purpose? Regardless, it's still fucked up, but it's like, what's the deal? And then a big issue as well, is the fact that this dude, the guys get off, they don't arrest the guys right there. They're chilling at their house, right? 4 days later, David Chauvin or whatever his name is gets arrested, right? I'm like, it takes 4 days, and then you guys charge him with 3rd-degree murder, which I think, if I'm off the top of my head, I think 3rd-degree murder is like not like there's no intent or some like there's no intent or something. Like I'm getting them mixed up, but like there's no, the 3rd one is like the lowest level, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you look, it's like, how do you not charge this dude with at least 2nd-degree murder, right? Like, because you knew when you had your knee on that man's neck, you knew you were gonna kill him. And then especially it's intent when people are around it. If you in the video, you hear innocent bystander telling you he can't breathe, and he's telling you he can't breathe. So regardless, you sitting there, everybody's telling you he can't breathe, you're killing him, and you still sit there with your knee on this man's neck, right? Another thing I have an issue with is the fact, like, when details come out, like I said, nobody knew nothing about Derek Chauvin before. None of us, outside of, like, obviously people in Minnesota probably did, right? We didn't, right? I look at this dude's record. I'm just gonna go over a few things. Let's see. Like in 2011, he was put on leave for inappropriate police shooting of an Alaskan Native American. In 2008, he shot an unarmed 21-year-old Black man. And then in 2000, Well, let's see, another incident. Let's see, Chauvin was one of the officers who murdered Wayne Reyes, a Latino man with 16 bullets forced into him. A total of 42 rounds were shot at him. My thing is, if you have a record dating back, and it dates back all the way to 2005, how are you still in the police force? And what is our system? What is the criteria to be a police officer? Because I can guarantee you, if that was a brother, if that was a black dude, he would have been out back in 2005 when this incident first happened, right? So, bro, you look at his rap sheet, bro. I'm looking at it's full of just, and it's the thing too. It's against minorities, people of color. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just baffles me. And another thing too, I was thinking of too. I'm like, for the cops that didn't get arrested too, and they're arrested now or whatever. But again, I have an issue with how long it took to get arrested, because I feel like whether you're a cop, whether you're the president, it doesn't matter what position you hold, a crime is a crime. You know what I'm saying? And everybody should get treated the same. Because for us as black men, this is the example that I use. We're always taught in our homes, our family, our parents have always told us, hey, if you're at the scene of the crime, if you're at a scene and your partners, your homies do something wrong, you going down with them. It's no different from if one of us was the driver we're all in a car, two of us go in there, and the driver has no clue that the other two are going to rob this liquor store. If the other two rob the liquor store, they come out, all three of you guys are getting arrested. So you guys are all three of you guys getting the same charge, right? Same charge, getting arrested, doing time, whatever. The driver, just because he didn't know, isn't gonna get off. And it's the thing. Now, I'm not saying, now obviously he knew, but still standing around, right? When you are law enforcement, standing around when you're law enforcement, you know you're supposed to do the right thing at all times. You have a job to do, right? And doing nothing. And then, like I said, you guys don't get the same repercussions, same consequences that he has. And another thing too, like Evan, like going back to what you said, it's crazy because a lot of these, it's almost like a nightmare because, bro, we're getting killed like animals. All of us, dude. Like when you hear these stories, bro, I've never seen anything like that. And honestly, to me, like I said, I was born in '91, so I've never seen like a lynching. I've heard about them, I've seen pictures, whatever. To me, that was like a modern day lynching, bro. Like that's just the way I seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is like, well, am I really seeing this? And go to another point that you said, us having kids, man, like it's ridiculous. We should not have to sit here, and I have a 6-year-old daughter as well as a 5-month-old in the house. I shouldn't have to sit here preparing myself that my 6-year-old daughter, one of these days, is gonna come up to me, and I have to give her an explanation about a full on, obviously to her level of understanding, a full on level on to where she understands like racism exists. Now I get it, right? Kids go to school all the time. They may come to us and be like, this kid doesn't like me. This kid doesn't like me, right? Oh, this kid doesn't, they don't want to talk to me, whatever. Right? People don't like you. That's cool. But they shouldn't be having to come up to you saying, oh, this kid doesn't like me because they said I don't have I don't have the right hair texture consistency, right? Oh, these kids don't want to talk to me because they said I'm too black, or I'm black, or I'm this, I'm that, I'm different from them. You know what I'm saying? That's the explanations that us as black people have to give our kids that other races don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, obviously as other kids get older and stuff like that, you may have to explain to your kid about racism today, about, honestly, probably really never. I've met people of other races that have not gone, their parents have not, like damn near adults, that their parents have not gone in depth ever with them about racism. It's like, yeah, I know what racism is, I've heard of it, but I don't know it to the level of you, right? And that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really unfortunate. But one thing is, I am proud to see, man, like compared to where things were back in the day with like Martin Luther King and stuff like that when they was protesting, is the fact that our voice is getting heard because we have other people joining us, right? Way back when, we already know back then, it was only black people. And because of how they viewed us, didn't give two shits about what we had to say and stuff like that, they just drown us out. They don't care what we say, nothing. Now, they're seeing our voices being heard. Why? Because we have other minorities that are affected by this. We have white people that are affected by this as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's making a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, it's really disturbing, but also seeing how everything's been going on, man. Like I'm loving that we're actually getting heard. You know, nothing's really gonna change though as long as we have leadership in the position that they are. When our leaders racist, right? We know we don't even gotta sugarcoat it. We don't say, Donald Trump does not like minorities. He's racist. He doesn't care. Whatever. Like that's just who he is.
Hear what he said today in his speech, or was it yesterday? They were talking about everything that was going on with George Floyd and stuff, and then I guess they came across the subject of COVID-19, and the man didn't call it COVID-19. He called it the Chinese plague.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And bro, in the beginning of it, did you hear when the reporter asked him a question? It was the Asian woman, right? She asked him a question about about COVID-19 in the beginning or whatever, and he was like, "Ask China." Just like that. Ask China. You know, like, bro, like what the?
Even back when he was running, and what was it? The black college kids that was at his little campaign or whatever, and he kicked them out for no reason. Like, come on, man.
And I was about to. Oh, yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. So if somebody's in a position of power, the leader, the person is supposed to be here for this, supposed to look over this country, protect this country, right? If they're racist and not for the people, how do you expect us to act? Of course we're gonna riot. Of course we're gonna loot. I do want to disclose though too. I do not believe all cops are bad cops. I do not believe that 100%. There are absolutely good cops, you know what I'm saying, out there, men and women that are doing the right thing. But it's just like with anything else. Just like with anybody, anything and anybody. Like for me, I can do so many good things in the world, give back, do all this philanthropic stuff like that. But if I commit a crime, I do something wrong, that's what's going to be highlighted. So yeah, it's unfortunate that for the good cops that we see out there and the good people we see out there, when things go wrong, when things like this happen, they all get put in the box. And I'm only saying that because when it comes to Black people, when we get talked about, right? When other races talk about us, or when racists, I'm not gonna say other races, when racists talk about us or whatever, they and people in general, they don't sit there and say, oh, the good Black guys, the bad Black guys. They put us all in one box. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, I mean, it's unfortunate that it's like that, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the timing for this, I don't know what these politicians or the president expects, especially when we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? 3 months ago, you gave us something. I mean, 3 months ago, about 2 months ago, you gave us what you owed us. I'm not even gonna say that you looked out like, or you owed us that stimulus check, but you gave us a $1,200 stimulus check and had the nerve to act like that's supposed to cover us for the next 3-4 months. The people that are out of work,
if I work somewhere else other than living in California, right?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like all these states that are expensive, like you say, California, New York, stuff like that. $1,200 is not even. I mean,
that's not for rent.
It barely covers groceries. You know what I'm saying, for the month. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not covering rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like
gas money.
I don't know why you expect that. I don't know why you act like that's supposed to be. Oh, we're supposed to be thankful for that. You owed us that. That's our money. Like that's our money. You just gave it back to us. You know what I'm saying? So for that, and going to what you said, is like going to what I said earlier. Like with people empowered, the one of the mayors in Mississippi said one of the most probably ignorant, disturbing things. I don't even know why nobody's. I don't know. I haven't really heard nobody going after him except for news people bringing it up. But he said, if you can say you can't breathe, that means you can breathe. If that's not the most ignorant, bro, I could just use all the cuss words and all the most disrespectful things on this platform, you know, but I'm not. But that dude, like, what type of shit is that? Like, there's nothing there. And I like I said, I just hope that certain people, like, I just wish at times like this, man, like, I miss Obama, man. Like, I wish that the system changed, because I feel like if the president's for the people, right? The people make the vote. We make the vote off of who has our back. If another country, or if we need somebody to speak up to us, we want a voice for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the people in general, not just Black people, not my minority. I'm talking about for the whole country, right? So I don't feel like why should they be limited to? I'm not. I don't like politics. I don't even like talking about politics, but because of circumstances, I have no problem talking about it. And I will. So I don't know the whole 2-term thing. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if people love the president, like, you know what I'm saying, like it shouldn't just be limited to that. It's I don't know, man. I just hope that, I mean, like I said, I'm just glad where things, what I'm seeing, like as far as the protesting and stuff like that. And it is unfortunate because the people that are doing positive things as far as with the protesting, they're kind of thrown in with the conversation with the looters, people that take advantage of the situation, which in my opinion, for what I've seen, it's not the black, like we're not the ones doing the loot, starting the looting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not us at all. People take advantage of the situation, white people, you know what I'm saying, or others, you know what I'm saying? And obviously what the cameras are going to see what they want to see, and they're going to say, the news and these networks are going to say what they want to say. Just like I seen one lady was leaving, the store had been broken in. I think I sent it to you. The store was broken in. This white lady just strolling through with her bags like full of
hell, like it was a regular Thursday night.
She got the nerve to say, well, maybe I hope she's an employee or just somebody that's, maybe they're just trying on the clothes. Like, what? Like, what? Like, it's crazy.
It was how America is just so openly and blatantly racist. Like what's the news reporter's name? Lori Ingram or some shit like that?
Yeah. Oh, the lady, the one that said, shut up and dribble? Was that her?
Yeah. The ones that told KD and Bron to shut up and dribble. When Drew Brees said what he said, when Drew Brees said that shit that he said, they talked about it on her news show or whatever. And you know what she said?
What?
She said, well, Drew Brees is human. He deserves to have an opinion. He deserves to have, he has some self-worth. But when LeBron and them start talking about politics, it's, you weren't elected to do what you do. Shut up and dribble. Well, nigga, Drew Brees wasn't elected to do what he do either. Nigga, he can shut up and dribble. If that's the case.
Or hand it off, whatever you do.
Something. Nigga, do something and don't speak. If you ain't gonna say the right thing, then don't speak.
I just also want to highlight us, man, like our people, black people. Man, sitting there, just sitting there thinking certain things you already know. When you're sitting down, certain things you just don't think about because, like, you already know how we rock. You know what I'm saying? It, like, if we fuck with you, we fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting down, I'm like, man, what did we do so wrong that we should be getting treated like this? And then I think about how we treat people, bro. Like, bro, how the way we are, man, like, we're the people that it doesn't matter what you do to us, bro, but a lot of times, man, we don't even see we don't see color, bro. Like, I'm thinking about how many people I have as far as like friends, like different friends. I don't have just black friends. I have white friends that I know, white people that I consider friends, and of different races and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, we take them under our wing. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Navy, right? And I'm speaking from my experience, bro. You can look and you could look, bro, and you can sit there with us. You see us with the Latinos, the Asians, like all different races, right? You see other races with different people too, but you more so see the black people having different groups of friends, right? Obviously, white people, I in my opinion, right? You see white people, most of them, white people sticking with white people, right? Yeah, you see everybody sticking with their race, but almost anytime, even outside, like when I go to the theme parks, even when at the gym I'm working out, stuff like that, you always see black people, right, having other people with them and under their wing, man. We're really, and we embrace everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I don't know. This shit is it's just crazy because nothing's changed. 401 years, dog. We came over here. They brought us over here. We came over here in 1619, right, to land that white people didn't even find. You know what I'm saying? How do you Christopher Columbus that they teach us in these schools? How do you say you discovered a country that's already inhabited? Like, I don't understand, but that's white privilege. Like, that's just how it is. And what I want us to do, what I want everybody, if you really rocking with us, this is the thing. If you rocking with us, right? I feel like if I got friends and everybody I know, like obviously I don't really consider everybody my friend, but people that I consider like we cool, we close, stuff like that. I feel like if you not black, right? If you a black person and you have white friends, Hispanic friends, or somebody and they haven't really said nothing about this issue, or they're kind of like, whatever. I say you need to really be leery of them people, because this has affected us as a country. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like no matter who you are in this country, if you have friends that kind of just, no, I'm not really getting it. Like, I feel like me with this whole politics thing, talking about the presidency, stuff like that. That's something I don't want to get into. But at the end of the day, what the circumstances change. You got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like for everybody that if you got white friends that ain't saying nothing, I'm not really, like I said, this is about black people, but it's also the minorities as a whole, stuff like that. But I'm saying, like, for the white people mostly, like if they not really, if you got white friends that really ain't saying nothing and they ain't, you know what I'm saying? You need to really watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing Ben Franklin said, a very powerful quote: justice won't happen until those unaffected or feel as outraged as those that are affected. Like something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's exactly what it is, right? And that's what we're seeing out here. Everybody you see protesting different colors, right? At different colors, different walks of life, stuff like that, coming together, right? They may not necessarily feel exactly how we feel, but I feel like they're grasping, and it's a reality to them that this country's fucked up. This country's messed up. You know what I'm saying? So this has nothing, and again, like with the whole Drew Brees thing, this is so much bigger than the flag, because yes, the flag is supposed to be a representation of the country, but when the country's fucked up, how can you stand for the flag? How can you sit there and vouch for that flag when the country is fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, the country ain't representing us. The country ain't representing black people. You know what I'm saying? And we're supposed to be one nation under God, individual, for liberty. Just, I still remember that. But yeah, that's just what it is. We not one. So how are you still serving? How are you still doing that? You know what I'm saying? Serving that flag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I just hope things come of this. We are going to see. I feel like we are going to see more people. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about. I'm pretty sure you guys heard about the whole Jake Fromm thing earlier today. We're going to see more situations like that. 100%. People are going to leak text messages because people are tired, man. People are tired, dude. And like I said, what I love the fact this country does not run, regardless of what the president is, how powerful he is. This country does not run without us, the people at the bottom. People turning on the lights. People serving our military. People doing, like I said, serving food, working at restaurants. Like, you know what I'm saying? This country does not work without us. And the senators, these politicians, these higher up state officials, the president, they need us. So that's what I'm saying. So once which I feel like we realize that, we're more powerful than them when we stand together. It's when we stand apart, you know what I'm saying? Which black people, we've been doing that for so long, so many years, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna hear us, And, I just feel like one day at a time, things will happen, things will change. And it honestly, this actually happened. I feel like this happened, it probably couldn't happen at a better time, because, like, you think about right now, it's unfortunate people don't got jobs, you know what I'm saying? But think about it. Those people that was sitting at home, that's why we got a lot more, I feel like, backing. We got a lot of people ain't working either, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I'm standing with the people, you know what I'm saying? You sit there, people aren't working, right? You sent them this stimulus check that you expect us to be grateful for, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we're supposed to be thankful to you for a stimulus check that I keep saying is our money, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's like, you send us that, people are hungry, people are like losing their homes, people is doing, and you expect them not to resort to this, you know what I'm saying? Granted, like I said, nobody's fault that the coronavirus thing is here, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what the situation is, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I just hope things get better, man. Like I said, it's unfortunate. George Floyd, man, father, brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a lot of people knew him in this community, heard extremely nice guy, not powerful, but like, he had a voice in his community and stuff like that. Man, and it just sucks, man, because he should still be here today, and it's just, we tired, man. And I just feel like those cops and those people in higher positions that feel like because they got the badge on, or because they have this badge on, they can abuse their power and do this, and they should be held accountable the same way one of us would be if we sat there and killed one of them. You know what I'm saying? And for those people, that sat, and this is the thing, for those people that sit there, and there are people we see on social media, stuff like that, people saying, oh, maybe he did something wrong, or oh, you know what I'm saying, like the racist shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love to bring up stuff from the past.
The biggest thing I can say, man, whether you are, if you're a white person or a person that just doesn't get what we go through and how we feel about the situation, because there are people that are probably saying, you guys don't even know George Floyd. How are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want you guys to sit there and think about this. You sit there in your household with your mom, your dad, right? And I'm not speaking, I'm speaking to people that just don't understand, right? You sit there and imagine a cop, right? Don't matter the race, a cop or just somebody off the street coming in, beating the shit out of your mom, your dad, your brother, the family member that you care about. You just sitting there. And you can't do nothing. I want to see, just tell me how you feel. Like, just think about how you feel in that moment when that man is sitting, one person you care about, or person that is a part of you, or when you watch on TV, a person that is just your race, you know what I'm saying? Your race, you know? You sit there and you just watch them, and they get killed the way that George Floyd did. I want to know how you feel. That's exactly how we feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, people don't understand unless you put yourself in their shoes. It's just like that movie. I don't know if you guys seen it with Samuel L. Jackson, the movie Time to Kill. When his daughter was killed. It's just like that at the end when the lawyer was like, hey, told the jury, gave him the scenario, close your eyes, imagine if the child was white. And the jury's like, oh, like, it's no different. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, people standing out there, round of applause, but at the same time, we got to do more than just standing out there protesting. Educate yourselves. For me, this has really made me want to educate myself. I got a few books on the way because I'm like, yo, I got to know more about, I know about our people, but then you think about too, even deep, like our school system, our kids, and I was sitting there talking to my wife the other day, and I'm like, our kids in school, like when I was in school, the only Black people I feel like they really taught us, and it was probably because it was in the curriculum, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? And really, and Harriet Tubman, that's it, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about it, that's the ones they focus on. There's so many, dude, when I was younger, I had a book of, it was 101 Black men or something like that. Black people that made a difference, something like that. Dude, and this book was but I'm like, yo, we're so much more than just them two. You know what I'm saying? As amazing as they are, stuff like that, we're so much more than that. But I feel like that's a curriculum. I feel like the school system, they sit there and say, oh, let's just give them those two. Their names are bigger. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not how it should be. You know what I'm saying? We there's so much more of us that made a difference in this world. And there's so much more of us that difference in this world, invented things, stood for different rights and stuff like that, but they're not highlighted. So what we got to do for our children, right, because we don't want to do them a disservice, because I refuse to have my son and my daughter grow up and they only know about them two as well. If schools are still teaching that, like, I'm not in grade school anymore, so I don't really know, but it's like, I want to make sure that they know what's going on. I want to know that they know, hey, all these white people that's highlighted in school because this person taught science, this person was this in math or whatever. Nah, you gonna know about our people. Our people. I'm not saying nobody's better than anybody, but we are just as much accredited, and we've done just as much more, if not more, for the society as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And if not, and this is what I believe. I feel like for what we've done and what we've accomplished, the people that have of color that have accomplished things, they've had it much harder than the white people because nothing's been handed to them ever, and it's still not to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we just gotta, like I said, we just gotta do better. And like I said, your friends that surround you, that aren't Black or people of color, you know what I'm saying? If they just stand out there protesting, ask them what are they like, what's their like, ask them what they don't want to speak on, ask them what their belief is, ask them what this means to them. How is this affecting them emotionally? How is this, how is this affecting what are they gonna do to show their kids that if they really standing with you, what they gonna do to show their kids different? What they doing to educate yourself? Because I don't want to hear that I'm gonna go march with you, man. I'm with y'all, man. Like, how are you with us? Like, what are you trying to do to better us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if y'all don't educate yourselves, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't teach. Like, it's a trickle effect. It just goes on. The more you educate yourself, you can educate somebody else and teach and teach and teach. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way that things will get better, and that's the way that things will change, you know. And if we sitting here as Black people, if we're the ones that are most affected by this, and we're the ones saying we're going to educate ourselves, you damn sure best believe you got some educating to do too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it, man. And yeah.
I wanted to talk about the Black Panthers, right? Just real quick.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Right, so Black Panther was here to pretty much protect and serve against those who was put out here to protect and serve, right? So what y'all think if we had not per se like a Black Panther, you know what I mean, civil rights movement or whatever? Wouldn't really be civil rights right now. It'd be more of like just a movement, you know what I mean? But we had some guys, you know what I'm saying, that set up a force of like a Black Panther type of party, you know what I mean? That just went against cops, not like in a bad way, you know. They just here to not undermine cops or belittle cops or say what the fuck they're doing wrong, but they're to just kind of like overshadow them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I remember being a kid. The reason why I thought about that because I remember being a kid back when I was a kid. Yeah, I fucked that up. I remember being a kid, right? Let me say that again, right? And playing cops and robbers, right? You know what I mean? If you really think about it, like when I was growing up, I didn't want to be the cop growing up. I wanted to be the guy with the, you know what I'm saying, the bad guy, you know what I mean? Just because the cop was there to, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to be able to evade the cop, you know, and this and the third, right? That's just me being a kid. Now, when I had the opportunity to be the cop, when we played cops and robbers, I took that shit serious. I gotta catch this guy, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need. I think we need more people to put their hands up and be like, all right, I need to, you know what I'm saying, be there to protect and serve for just my community, because I feel like our communities need to start getting together a little bit more and taking advantage of the opportunities that we can have that we're not taking advantage of, pretty much, if that makes sense. So that's just something real quick, that I was thinking about. So I'm gonna throw that out.
Your point, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bloods and Crips were originally originated for that very reason. Yeah. Protect communities against police brutality, against racist people, pretty much. But as Dave said, you know, the young people, my generation, my dumbass generation, and maybe even y'all generation, because you know everybody kind of lost their marbles somewhere within between. But educate yourselves, do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dog. Like, there's no reason why. I'm 20. I'll be 24 this year. There's no reason why I should be fighting a fight that my grandparents fought, that my parents fought, that my great grandparents fought, my ancestors fought. I shouldn't be dealing with old trash.
Absolutely.
I should not have. I hope and pray that our kids don't have to deal with that shit. Like, there's no reason why we should be dealing with the same thing from over 400 years ago, and it's still like, I'm scared of the day when my daughter. Of course, I'm gonna enlighten my daughter on everything that's going on in this evil world. So if someone catch her by surprise, right? I would hate it if she were to ask me, why do they hate us? Because I honestly don't know. I don't know what we did. What is it that y'all don't like about us? Give us one good reason. Oh, we're loud? Okay. We turn our stuff down. What's your next problem? Like, just find anything. Like, the shit is stupid, dog. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I don't understand.
I don't think there's no reason that you could really come up with.
You love us when we benefit you. Y'all love LeBron. Y'all love Kobe. Y'all love anybody y'all can make money off of. Y'all love
all these white head coaches in the NFL. Oh, y'all love us then. I'm not saying they racist. I'm not saying all white people's racist, but I'm just saying, like, there's no.
Jerry Jones love his boys. That's all I'm gonna say. Jerry Jones love his boys, but
that's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
No, but that's the thing. That's the scary part. When you think about it, like, we've been dealing with this. Our people have been dealing with this for 400 years. Our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, we do have kids, but it's like, damn, like, it's becoming a reality. It's become a reality that our kids might be dealing with this as well when they, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, when does it stop? Because it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. like I said, to me, the shit looked like a modern day lynching, bro. And I remember looking at the old photos. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen no shit like that. That's just how it felt to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing that, I'm like, yo, I'm 29. Like, this shit is going on while I'm still young. Like, what? It's still going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary part. You know, and yeah, I mean, like I said, not all cops are bad cops. But like I said, when you're not holding them accountable, or and like I said, to my point earlier, what I said, bro, is like, what do you expect when our leader, the person that they work for, is racist, if not more, if just like I said, same level, or teach, and not really putting his foot down on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna change. Everything starts from the top. You got a shitty manager, you got a shitty boss, you gonna have a shitty work ethic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or the companies just go, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. And unfortunately, the person at the top, he's not the governor, he's not the mayor of a city, he's in charge of the whole damn country. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not for the people. He's only for the ones that benefit him, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is my thing. He's so ignorant. I seen the thing where he said, well, because like Twitter, I guess Twitter stood up for him or stood up against him, something like that. He said something, and he wrote some bill against Twitter or something like that. But I'm like, ooh, you tweet probably more than anybody else in this damn country. Like, what are you talking? Like, how are you? Like, dude, you tweet more than anybody. Like, you know.
It's like back to me saying that America is so openly racist. Like a couple weeks back, or maybe a couple months ago, I think it was when was it when those Caucasians were protesting with ARs and AKs and whatnot?
Yeah.
That was for the COVID-19 stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's because they wanted to go outside. We want what's right, and we're peaceful protesting. Besides the looting, peaceful protesting, no weapons, no nothing. We got signs, and we get the National Guard. Come on, dog.
It was about 3 weeks ago. There was a dude, white dude, ran up to police with a machete. They subdued him. Like, running full on with a machete, dog. They subdued him, arrested him. But I'm like,
I have a police station right down the street from me. If I go run at a cop full-fledged right now, I promise you I'm getting at least 12 put in my chest.
Oh yeah.
And even now, even with all this stuff going on, like on top of the police station over here by my community, like, they have like a watchtower up top now. Like, it's weird. Like, they got a gazebo up top and somebody looking out. Like, ain't no telling what they got up there.
Like, like prison? Like how they have in the prisons? Like how they look over the yard?
My man's is on top of the police station, under a tent.
That's crazy.
Not losing off. I kid you not. Like, the shit crazy, dog. It's like, as Black people, you know, we have this saying. Like, Kanye even had a song about it on his College Dropout album or Graduation. I forgot, but it was called "We Don't Care." Like, we should never have to have a saying that we wasn't supposed to see past 25. Like, that's ridiculous. 25 is young as fuck. Like, 25 should be my goal to live. Like, it should be further. Like,
bro, even worse, it shouldn't even be highlighted when your family sits there. When you graduate at 18, they say, yo, so they're praying, they're crying, and they're blessed. And the first thing that comes up their mouth, like, we're blessed, like, you made it to 18. Like, no, like 18? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that it shouldn't be like that, but that's the reality.
We're at war with them, with Caucasians. We're at war with ourselves, because where I live in South Central. I live South Central Watts area. I'm in the hood, right? Usually around this time, June, summertime, it gets hot around here. And I'm not talking weather-wise. I'm talking about black on black, like, we gonna pop you type stuff. It gets hot. Like, bodies drop all summer long. We got to deal with that. We got to deal with cops. It's like, damn, bro. Like, we ain't helping ourselves. Like, come on now, y'all. We doing what they want. Yeah. Look, we doing their job for them at this point.
And that's the thing too, man. We, like I said, I'm both sides of it. I'm not just, you know what I'm saying? I'm neutral to an extent. It's like with us, man, we do have a habit, man. It's like when shit go down, that's the thing though. When shit go down, bro, we rolling together. We a unit. We tight, bro. Strong. Probably the strongest out of any other race. The strongest out of any other race when we come together, man. But when shit just, bro, we so quick to just, sometimes, bro, like we turn on each other. Sometimes we don't got each other's back. Like, I hate it. Honestly, for me, I'm type of, bro, I go to the store, I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? I'm quick to say, what's up, brother? Like, what's up, brother? You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, it bothers me. Not to the point where, like, I'm thinking about, but it's just like, when I see brothers, you looking dead at me, And sometimes like I look and they don't say shit, like keep their head down, look away. You know what I'm saying? Like you notice shit like that, and it's just like, man, we supposed to be like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quick to do, hey, what's up, brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when the brothers come, like when the brothers see me or they say it first, bro, I get hyped because it's like, oh shit, like you wrote, like we together, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know nothing about you, but that's just how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like that's 100% how it should be all the time. You know, but we, like I said, we the strongest together, man. But we nothing going on. It seems like we kind of divided or kind of just, you know, where all these other races, they mainly white people, like I said, they doing what they do. They in unison the whole damn time, not in a positive way, but they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, man.
It's so bad. Like, there's no reason why, like, we should have to go out of our way to make other people feel comfortable around us. Like, we could be walking down the street, we going this way. It can be, let's say, a white couple coming towards us. They'll fucking cross the street just so they don't have to cross our path type shit. Like, we shouldn't be in the store, have to have our hands behind our back, our hands in plain sight to you to think that we're not stealing. Like, we shouldn't have to give you that fake ass hi so you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think that we're, you know.
No, I'd even one better. Not even, you know, you say, like, I was always, you know, like, before I started driving, it's like, oh, when the cop pulls you over, put your hands up, put your hands on the steering wheel, stuff like that, right? And I feel like, man, that's a conversation that everybody probably, I don't know if everybody has, but I know that's something we have. Bro, even before that, when I was younger, you sit there and say, cop pull you over, put your hands, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just those conversations, dog, I'm guaranteeing you, other races, I keep saying other races, white people, they're not having them conversations. Cop pulls you, they're probably like, cop pulls you over, just, you know, you a kid, you should be good. Like, nah, with us, it's like, no, cop pull you over, ask you to, don't put your hands in your pocket, don't do, like, those are conversations.
Even then, that's bullshit, because we do what they say and we still die. Like,
bro, I went back and I've looked at so many of the cases for unarmed black men and women, dog, and it's like they run you through the scenario. Like, I'm reading this shit, I'm like, they're chasing us, they're like tracking us down. Like, it's just the way that we are dying, like the way they're coming after us and the way we're getting killed is like I said, it's baffling. Like, it's literally like how you hunt animals. It's 100%, just like it's a sport. You know, all the way from not even Ahmaud Arbery's killers weren't cops, but still the way he got killed. You know what I'm saying? It's still like,
it was a hunting. You got in your vehicle to go get him. That was a hunting.
And then you have the truck that blocked him in like he was a fucking like he was an animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's corner him. Like, no, you hear these stories and it's like crazy. And the most important, the most messed up thing about that is the fact that joint that happened in February. We didn't hear about it until April because the video got leaked, and then they didn't even get arrested till 2 months or 3 months or so later because people were chiming in and stuff. So I'm like, so my thought process is like this. Yeah, they want you, and this is the thing, when they arrest them, just like with Derek Chauvin, when they arrest them and they give him second-degree murder after he should have got second degree the first time, they're like, oh, we did it. We arrested the other three now. We arrested Ahmaud Arbery's killer. I'm like, bro, you took 3 months to do that. Like, these other kids, the cops that were involved in Georgia's murders, like, they should have been arrested on site. Derek Chauvin, you want us to be grateful for that, bro. You took 4 days to arrest that man. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You took 4 days to arrest him. It's not like he sat in a cell and then y'all just he took 4 days to arrest that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to be grateful for that? Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Do your job.
Ridiculous, dog. It's like, we can't jog. We can't go to the store, get a bag of Skittles in Arizona. Oh. We can't drive with a messed up turn signal. You know, Sandra Bland situation. Yeah. This shit, bro. Like, I don't understand. And then you even get caught taking her mugshot while she's dead already. Like, I don't.
Dog, it shouldn't be like, bro. Y'all know I work out heavy, dog. I get up and go for a jog in the morning. Like, if I get up and go to work, my wife is begging me not to go. Like, it shouldn't be like that. I'm going to go work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I shouldn't have to get up to the police. Like, I got some tint on my windows, right? I shouldn't have to get up to the police. Let me roll my windows down. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they come, let me roll them up. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like, I'm not doing nothing wrong. And it shouldn't have to be sitting there like, bro, I'll sit there. And it's to the point where I get so paranoid now. If I go jogging, bro, I'd be just it's hard for me to even get a good workout in because I'm like, I got my headphones in and I'm like, oh, do I hear a siren? Like, bro, it's literally, I'm looking over my back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, is that person, like, I be paranoid, like, oh, shit, am I next? They coming for me? Like,
Then they get mad when you keep that piece on you. Like, I don't understand.
it shouldn't be, bro.
I keep my home. Well, a couple in my home, I'm just saying. But
It
I had
should,
a conversation with a guy who wasn't black, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, hey, man, have you ever got that feeling when you get put over by the police and your palms start sweating and you start having a little perspiration on your forehead and all this and that, man? Like, he was like, no, man, I'm doing this. I'm eating chips and I'm sipping out my water. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different, you know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Dave, that's something that, like, the feeling like your parents teach you nowadays. Like, it's like something that's got to be taught in the household. Like, all right, this, if you ever get pulled over by the police, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are some of the steps that can, you know what I'm saying, help you out. Like, you think other races are going through that? No, I don't think so. I don't really think so. But we are, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a problem, man. I really do. I really think that's a problem, and a lot of people don't understand it. That it is, and
you know, and you know, the crazy thing about that is, man, at the end of the day, because of how we are, like the people that we are, we teach our kids, we are going to teach our kids what's going on, like what's going on in the world, how to prepare for the cops, how to, white person do this, white person do that, this person does this person does that. But at the end of the day, what do we still teach them? Hey, you don't hate, like, you know what I'm saying? We say not all cops are bad cops. Like you said, at the end of the conversation, not all cops are bad cops. Hey, don't be quick to judge people, man. Don't quick to judge that person. You know, I mean, obviously they do you wrong. Obviously you already got your mind, but I'm saying, like, when you see that person, don't be quick to judge them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just put your, you know, it I don't know. It's just crazy. Like I said, I've gotten pulled over a couple times, not often, but like I've gotten pulled over a couple times, man. And it's like, if my license, I'm not my license, my registration or whatever is in my glove box, I'm sitting there thinking in my head, like, if I tell this cop my registration's in my glove box, like, if he tells me to do I get it or not get it? Because if I move my hands, he gonna think, like, bro, I shouldn't have to.
that's why you asked him, sir, will you tell him, sir, my registration's in my glove box. Would you mind getting it for me? I'm not. Yeah, my mama taught me. I'm good.
Yeah, that's
Good.
shit.
Like my cars are always loud, so I'm always dealing with them. But it don't get easier each time. Like especially when I had a 2011 Impala, and around my area, that's profiled as a gangbanger car. So I bought it from a dealership, and I get pulled over the same day. He asked me why I ain't got my plates and stuff. I was like, sir, I just got it literally today. Oh, why are your windows so black? I got it off the lot like this. Where you coming from? I had my brother in the passenger seat. My man's had like 8 sweet teas in his lap from McDonald's, and we had some McDonald's on the floor. I'm like, sir, we just came from McDonald's. And I'm looking at his partner. His partner's black. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you see, we ain't doing nothing. I was like, you can look at my paperwork. The date is the same. I just got the car today. Long story short, he let me go, but I shouldn't have to deal with that just because you feel the need to mess with me.
I do like the fact that a lot of the cops out there that aren't racist, a lot of the good cops are also speaking up. We've seen a few videos where cops are talking about how they feel, expressing how they feel. It's not just us that aren't officers. It's the good men and women that are wearing the badge and have the uniform on that are also speaking up. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that you do see, like, I hope that if shit really goes down, man, they really do that. Like I said, I'm not a cop, you know what I'm saying? None of us are officers, but I just know what I would do. Like, at the end of the day, bro, people are people, you know what I'm saying? And you don't treat them like that, man. You don't just talk. I don't feel like you talk down to anybody just for no reason, no matter what position of power you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it should rock. And if anything happens, like, I just feel like they should be held accountable like us. Like, you're a police officer. Somebody commits a crime, you arrest them. It's up to the courts to put out law and order. You know what I'm saying? And judge them as far as what sentence them. You know what I'm saying? What happens to them? Hey, you did this crime, boom, you're gonna serve this amount of years. This is gonna happen to you. You know, and a lot of states aren't doing a death penalty type thing. But I'm just saying, even with that, it's like that's the court's job. Like, it's not up for you to go. It's not on you to go out there and take matters in your own hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a law. Like, you should be held accountable as well, man. And like I said, there's still several cops out there, man. Well, they're not cops anymore, a lot of them, but that have killed unarmed black men and women that are still free today. You know, it's crazy. I heard they're trying to open up the Breonna Taylor case again, you know, which is good. I hope they open up all these cases again. A lot of the ones that the cop didn't get tried, you know, like, it shouldn't even have to come back down to that. Like, you shouldn't have to go back and do it again. But I'm glad that at least they're making that change there and trying to step in the right direction at that point. And so I just hope that these people get educated. All these white players in the NBA and the NFL, if you really rocking with us, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this should really affect you too. You said what?
I said they better choose their words wisely, Drew.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you really let us know how. I want to know how you feel. Like, for me, if I'm in there, hey, I'm getting all the black, which the NFL I think is like 75-80% black. Hey, let me ask y'all, what's your opinion on, you know, what's it? Because at the end of the day, yeah, when we got them we wear that jersey, we got them shoulder pads on. Yeah, you got my back. But I want to know, hey, at the end of the day, you really got my back. Shit go down. I need to. Hey, if we going out there, I'm out there playing my ass off for you to get us to a championship, whatever. Hey, I need to know you really rocking with me. Besides us wearing the same damn color on this damn uniform, like, I want to know. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't catching none of your passes. I'm demanding a trade. I'm gone.
In a heartbeat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is, man. Like, hey, and if you and if you feel a certain way, it's shit. Hey, that's, I mean, you entitled to you how you feel. Be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to Undisputed today, and that's what one thing Shannon said. He said, man, in the South, he's like, one thing he wish people would do, because in the South, he said, they let you know. He's like, they don't fuck with you. They racist. They do it. They gonna let you know, hey, I ain't messing with you. He was like, out here, man. He said, out here, they may not mess with you. They may be racist, whatever, but they still smile in your face. Oh, no, we good. Like, I fuck with you. Nah, bro. Let me know what it is. Let me know that. And I'm kind of like, I feel like we all the same way, bro. If you don't fuck with me, that's cool. Let me know, dog. Like, let me know, bro. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get buddy with people anyway, but I'm just like, let me know, dog. It's cool. I ain't no hard feelings.
I ain't gonna lose no sleep.
Bro, hey, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know where you stand with this whole protest. You let me know, oh, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, or I'm, you know, I get pretty mad if you sit there and try to justify one of these, you know, justify the killing of unarmed black men the way they've been killed. Like, I get pissed off you do that, but if you just like, hey, I'm not really into that. I don't care about none of that. All right, whatever. Hey, I just know, hey, don't talk to me. Like, ain't no like, don't say nothing to me though. Like,
it's crazy. I have like a love-hate relationship for social media. Like, it's more hate than it is love, because you know, my man's Malcolm X said, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the ones who are doing the oppressing. So, like, we could, you know what I'm saying, the cops could kill a black man today, and the news will bring it up. Oh, police killed such and such at this time, but yeah, he passed away. Oh, we're sorry, blah blah blah. But 5 years ago, he was involved in a such and such. Like, bring up his negative stuff, and he just passed away. It's like, why would you want to shine darkness onto his light, type of thing. But on the flip side, with social media being the way that it is now, we have a higher chance of controlling the narrative, controlling how stuff gets out there. You know, how stuff won't get misconstrued, and we can pull out the real raw footage and everything not get edited and clipped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. It's tough, but hopefully change coming soon, man. I mean, I feel like we're going the right direction, but you never know. You know, they good at throwing wrenches in our plans, so we'll see.
But that's what I'm saying. This protest thing is one step in the right direction, but it's not enough, man. You think about, like I said, you think about Martin Luther King, right? Protesting, positive protesting. He was still assassinated. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like certain things, like, he wasn't violently protesting. So it's like, this is not enough. Like, this, we can't do this. And they tell us because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna sit there and be like, oh, let's do, all right, we did this. We arrested, like I said, we gave him second degree murder. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you shouldn't, like you said, it shouldn't take us to protest for you to arrest the other guy and to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
You have to sign petitions to get cases reopened on cold murders. Like,
you shouldn't have to do it. That should just be the norm. Like that should just be, you know, what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like I said. When I seen, I don't know if you guys seen it as well. Going back to the case, but there was so CNN put out the report that he passed away. He had a heart attack due to fentanyl or something like that. And when I seen it, bro, and I'm like, nah, ain't no way, bro. And it comes out the family got their own independent they got their own doctor, like the doctor that deals with like figured out causes of death and stuff like that. And yeah, it came out that was BS. But then he also came out what he said, what everybody already knew. He was like, if you sit there, you put knee on any person's neck, restrict their airway, because mind you, all our oxygen, our breath, everything goes through your neck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're breathing your nose out your mouth, but everything's coming out from here. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the fucking anatomy expert, but that's how you breathe, right? That's where your oxygen pathways come to. And it's like, so if you sit there, he's like, if you sit there for 6 minutes with applying pressure on somebody's neck, and then another officer was putting a pressure on his back, you're restricting his airway, of course he's gonna die. And it said this man absolutely died because you guys apply pressure to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that aspect they got this doctor. And plus the doctor, they say not only that, because that's just common sense, everybody knew that, but he specializes in, like, he's able to know the effect on the body with drugs and stuff like that. And it said it wouldn't happen like it just like I said, I'm just glad the family did that. But I'm like, when you see cover-ups like that, it's like, dog, like, what do you, I don't know. This country, like I said, this country's messed up, man. And people, like I said, this whole flag situation that's a whole nother thing. But like going into like what Kaepernick was kneeling for and kneeling and stuff like that. It wasn't, like I said, it was just about the fact that how are we serving, they talk about the flag and what it stands for, unity, which the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, all the stuff like that, that's what it's about. The country, one nation under God. But it's like, if the whole nation, if it's not one nation, it's like we're all divided, and it's like not because of us. We're divided because of how we're getting treated. You know what I'm saying? How can you serve? How can you sit there and represent? How can you sit there and have this thought like, yo, this country's the best. This country, you know, this unity, and preach this and that when it's not like that. And that's all he was trying to do. Like I said, it wasn't a racial thing like they tried to make it. Oh, but factually, it kind of is. Like it kind of what, like black people, we're not represented. So why are black people, as black people, why are we gonna stand, put our hand over our hearts, represent and say all this, recite the Pledge of Allegiance, national anthem, stuff like that for the flag that's supposed to represent the people, no color, like I said, see no color, just represent everybody. And you have us over here, minorities and black people, which are all minor, but you know what I'm saying, but black people and minorities over here, and we're just like not treated the same as white people or the other races. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
frustrating, bro. So frustrating.
I'm glad that they are starting to see it, like the NFL. You know, they've put out a statement. I'm glad the players are stepping up. I do want to see, like I said, man, I've been seeing, obviously you see the black players and stuff. We always see that. Black players step up, stuff like that. Let's get a video or a little speech or something like that with the white players. You know what I'm saying? Stepping up and saying something, because at the end of the day, y'all getting y'all step, whether you
taking care of better than us anyway.
Yeah, whatever you are, man. These quarterbacks, you got black, you throwing black players, you handing the ball off the black guys, you winning these games because that's what I'm saying. Black players are blocking for you. Black players are getting you the ball back on defense. Like, I mean, come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with basketball too. Whether you a point guard, you know, you point guard, no matter what position you play, you getting the ball, somebody making your assist numbers go up. You getting me, boards, it means person missed the ball, whatever. But anyway, I'm not really basketball savvy like that. But you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like in sports, everybody relies on each other. It's one unit. You know what I'm saying? So if it's one unit, we need to see it not just one unit on the field or the court, outside of that if you're really rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? And these coaches, I haven't heard enough head coaches. I think Pete Carroll, which I've always I felt honestly Pete Carroll's for us, right? I like Pete Carroll.
He was at SC. He got no choice.
He's definitely a player's coach. You know, Sean Payton, look out for the. But I'm saying all these other coaches out there, you know.
Mike Zimmer said something.
Huh?
Mike Zimmer said something.
Yeah, cool. He cool.
Oh, he said something though. I don't know if
I ain't hear him.
Hey,
we got Ron Rivera, but Ron Rivera is a minority coach, so Ron Rivera.
Hey,
but we don't got him no more.
But who what your coach say? Y'all ain't got no coach?
But that's my point though. That's my point.
Assistant coach, interim coach. Hey, what Mike McCarthy say? Yes. Nothing, because he just got hired. So yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like we just need to see, you know, along with the hirings of more Black personnel in leadership positions, GMs, head coaches, you know what I'm saying? It's executives, stuff like that. These coaches need to speak up too, because you end up like, what's that one? It was a college coach that said, I don't think he thought this through, because like I said, again, we're gonna get a lot of people that say shit, and a lot of stuff's gonna come out, and we're gonna start catching people. Because one of the coaches said, he was like, "Yeah, I used to be racist until I realized, until I saw Black people, until Black people started winning me championships, then I saw that they were bigger." Then like it was something, but bro, he put it out there, and he said it as if I'm saying the right thing, bro. That's racist as a mother.
like motherfuckers supposed to laugh or something.
Like I said, like you act like supposed to. Oh yeah, you used to be racist, but we win you champion. Like, bro, you're basically saying like that's all we're good. Like it's much bigger than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
why. I mean, I seen an NFL statement on the situation, and I don't know. It's like I'm happy about it, but then I'm not. Like it took for your biggest stars in the NFL to say something, like for you to put out that statement. Like it took Pat Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, Mike Thomas, other stars across the league, Jamal Adams, and them, for you to like. They shouldn't have to put out a statement before you. Yep. Like that's ridiculous. And now it makes them look even worse because you're supporting it now. Why didn't you support it when Cap did it? And Eric Reed, why you didn't support it when they did it? Mm-hmm. Now you're sitting here looking retarded. Well, excuse my language, looking dumb. So, what do you like? Like, do y'all mean it, or y'all just saying it just because y'all stars put you under pressure? Like, which one is it? Like, we already know how the NBA rocks. Adam Silver for the people. So, we already know how the league rocks.
Oh, yeah. Adam Silver's always been, like, that's why I like players. That's why you appreciate players like LeBron, who are, like I said, arguably the greatest player in the NBA right now. The best player in the NBA right now is like when you hear people
you
like
right, arguably, you said it right.
I mean, I'm realistic, dog. I'm always realistic.
I am too. We'll talk about it next week. Go ahead.
Yeah. But like I said, you see players with that platform, and they're like, you know, they're not just sitting around, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got all this money, and you could easily sit there and not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, you don't care. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody they ain't about to do nothing to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just glad, person at that level, I would love to see. I'm still waiting on Brady to say something. I'm still waiting on, Aaron Rodgers did. And I liked what Aaron Rodgers said. Aaron Rodgers
said it after Drew Brees said what he said. So it was perfect timing.
Aaron Rodgers is that guy, is that dude, man. But I really would like to, like I said, certain people like Phillip Rivers. I mean, who, you know what I'm saying? Like certain players, quarterbacks, especially because we ain't gonna hear nothing from Phillip, but players. But I'm just saying, using an example, yeah, of course the Black players we're gonna hear something from, but these players that, like I said, they're reliant on us, right? Getting in their stats and their numbers, right? Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? Like Andy Reid. I know you probably don't want to be involved, but Andy Reid, man, hey, Pat Mahomes, you got the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's it at? Like,
black is black. You better say something, dog.
Hey, Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying?
Black woman, ain't he? Just
That's what I'm saying. Travis Kelce, you rock with us. I mean, right? Like, what's up? Like, you know. So, like I said, man, it's
not even like, we don't want to make it sound like to where it's just us getting mistreated. We have Hispanics. We even have Asians that get mistreated. You know, like, I think in my community, my area, I think it was a Hispanic dude that got killed by the police. Maybe a couple of weeks ago, wrongfully killed. Like, it's ridiculous, man. I was reading something about police that stopped a looter or whatever during a protest, and they killed him. They mistaked his hammer for a gun, and shot him. And I was like, oh wow, okay. I guess beige wooden tips are guns now, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe they need to start, doing vision checks once a week on these cops because cell phones are guns. What was that one movie where the black boy was playing around with the cop and got his brush out the car and brushed his hair and got shot? What movie was that?
Man,
Oh, it was a new one, right? It came out about a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, he was dumb for reaching for the brush playing, but still, it was a brush.
I remember.
But we shouldn't be under, like Dad said, we shouldn't be under that type of anxiety and pressure when we get pulled over. Like, I shouldn't have to, like, me getting pulled. Like, I'm pretty sure when Sandra Bland got pulled over, I'm pretty sure she didn't. Well, her signal was working, she just didn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't use the signal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't lose my life for not using a signal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not worth it. The goddamn bulb is worth $10, $5. I shouldn't lose my life over a bulb that I'm not using. Like, I'm losing my life over that, but you're not losing your life for taking my life.
That's the thing. Because if we sat there,
you still get to go home to your family at the end of the day. You still get to go to fucking Chick-fil-A when you want to. I'm 6 feet deep. My family's still crying over me. You still living your luxurious life with all your benefits and your goddamn raises each year, taking out other black people, messing with other black people and other minorities.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous, man. I'm tired. We still tired. 400 years worth of tired. We deserve some.
Yeah. And we just gotta, like I said, this country's so messed up, man. I seen you see these different things where I think it was in Atlanta, I guess one morning, a random pile of bricks was in the middle of the street.
Bro, they plot them everywhere, bro. They even plot them out here in Carson. Bro, they're Carson by the Carson Mall.
That's what I'm saying. And they're like, everybody's like, yo, there's no construction over here. Why are there random bricks? Because they know, right? Oh, look what the people are doing. Look what looters are doing. Like naturally, people are angry. People are upset. We see a pile of bricks. Like I said, I mean, it's not the right thing. I'm not condoning that, but it's just like things like that. Like you guys are planting things. Like I said, you guys are trying to cover up murders and try to change it. Like, oh, maybe he did this. Oh, he died because of drugs. No, dog. He died because your cop that you kept on this force. I don't know how. I'm still baffled about with a record. Like when I seen his record, I don't know how he still got a job, right? But that's white privilege.
I don't know how he's out. Like how he's just walking as a free man.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, like I said, we just gotta beware, man. We just gotta keep fighting. And like I said, I just hope change comes. But like I said, it's gonna take more than us, which, like I said, I'm glad. I mean, it looks like seeing certain white celebrities and kids, white kids of their parents that may have been raped, and on social media you seeing the kids arguing, going back and forth with it. I mean, I don't know if shit's staged. Obviously, social media can be all lies, but I mean, it's cool. It's good to see out in the protesters. That's not staged. You out there, you know what I'm saying. If you really genuinely mean what it's called, what you're standing out there for. We appreciate that, but like I said, that's really why we're getting heard now, because it's not just us that are out there speaking. Us as a country, we're outraged, right? We're outraged by how people are getting treated. How we're all getting treated, and beware of people that when you sit there and talk about Black Lives Matter, that they come out right back to try to counter you. All lives matter. Like that's no, bro. That's no.
We never said other lives don't matter. But other lives aren't getting picked off like we are.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And how David said it best. He said all lives can't matter till Black lives start mattering. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if it was all lives, it's all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we don't matter. Like that's how they treat us.
It's so scary, bro. Like it makes you not want to bring a kid into this world, but it's like maybe my kid will be that one to make that big change. Hopefully she won't have to lose her life over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, if she wants to make that change for the people, to make that change, just don't lose your life over it. Like I've told my girlfriend plenty of times that, like, even before she was even pregnant or we were even talking about kids, I'm like, yo, like, I want my kids' self-defense mechanisms to be like, out of this world, because it's a crazy ass world that we live in. Whether that means them knowing how to fight, them knowing how to shoot, I want them to know how to do everything to protect themselves at all costs necessary. Like, and all this took place, like, you know how Black people are anyway, how we are. Like, we always make sure each other are good no matter what, because we know how it is for us out here, right? Like, seeing how wild and how fast things took off in Minnesota when all this happened, I hit up my people and was like, yo, like, y'all be easy out there. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all not engaging in that anyway, but, you know, everybody's on high alert right now. So y'all keep it low. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. Like if let's say I live by some Caucasians, right? And they got family that lives out where my family lives in Minnesota. I'm pretty sure they're not texting their people talking about, hey, everything got good for y'all out there in Minnesota? Y'all good?
Make sure you stay safe after every message.
I don't, like, my people could be going to the goddamn gas station, get some gas, and get picked up. Like, it's that bad for us. Like, it's really that bad. And nobody seems to realize it. Like, it's crazy. Well, people realize, but the people that are doing it don't realize.
I don't know how many times I've answered the phone. Like, it's not even when you answer. Like for us, it's like when you answer the phone, it's not even like, "Hey man, how was your day?" Boom, boom, boom. First thing you say, "Hey, dog, you straight?" Before you get in the conversation, you straight? You good? Like that's our conversations, though. Like that's the first thing that comes out. Oh, you good? Hey, everything straight? Like, yeah, man, I'm good. And then you get into your conversation, like,
we start waiting on each other. It's like, hey, stay up, stay safe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know when you make it to the house, type thing. Like, it should never be that way, bro. Like, life's so short, dog. Like, I don't understand what we could have did. Y'all motherfuckers brought us here.
that's it. We didn't.
Y'all not supposed to be here. But
y'all trying to blame. That's what I'm saying. Y'all trying to blame this looting on us. Y'all looted the whole fucking country. Like y'all came here and took the shit. Like
that video that I sent you with that the black dude. I guess he's a motivational speaker or something like that, and also does some other work. But he was talking to that Caucasian lady on the couch for some Fox network somewhere in one of these states, and where he was just chewing her up. She was talking about some immigration laws, and he was just like, "Yo, like, y'all the master immigrants. Like, y'all came here and took everything from everybody." So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I think that's what I was saying. I think I was telling you earlier. I was like the other day. I was like, I would love to just sit here and like say, I tell you,
I sent you a video. You said you can talk to him. Yeah.
I would love to have somebody come on the show and sit here and try to justify why they think Trump should be voted back or why they think what he says. Because there's people out there, bro. Like there's people out there that really believe this man is doing right by this country and doing like the perfect position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's people that view him how we view Obama, like 100%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, I want to sit here and just have a shit debate, not even a lie, because it's like, there's nothing you can sit here and tell me.
I don't know if I can compose myself through that. Y'all might have to do that shit without me.
That's what I'm saying. It would be tough. It would be tough because, like I said, and that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even be. That's why I changed, because it's like it wouldn't even be a conversation. It would literally be probably an argument more than likely. But it's just like, because it's frustrating to people really believe that this man is doing right by us.
Like, it is so frustrating. Like, I want everybody, when y'all get a chance, go listen to Joyner Lucas' "I'm Not Racist" song. It's a couple years old. But it puts everything into perspective so well, bro. Like, he tells the white side, he tells the black side. Like, I didn't know anything about Joyner Lucas until I heard that song. I was on Pandora. I'm like, yo, who is this? Who is this dude talking about, yo, I hate these niggers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I kept listening, and then he did the black perspective, and I'm like, oh, okay, this dude's actually dope. Like, he put it in a great perspective. Like, once we all just sit down, have a conversation, come to an agreement on how we feel, how you feel, we'll meet in the middle somewhere, and we could actually make America great. Because the shit ain't, to say make America great again, I don't know when the shit, I was born in 96. It ain't been great since I've been alive. So I don't know. Maybe it was great before y'all came.
Mm-hmm.
It was great before y'all migrated over here and Christopher Columbus discovered.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit ain't been great for me because we dying every day. So
and so this weekend, what I'm gonna do? There's this so Killer Mike, who gave a great speech the other day. He was on Undisputed, and he was talking about there's a experiment on YouTube which I'm going to watch this weekend. He's like, it's about an hour long. It's called the Blue and White Eyed Experiment, something like that, right? Where basically there was this teacher, this white lady, and what she did was she took a group of white kids, a group of black kids, and what she did was she switched their roles. It's on YouTube. She switched their roles or something like that so that white people can see what black people feel like in America. Like it's an experiment. And the way he was explaining it, man, I was like, and he was like, white people need to watch that because that's what we go through. And it's about an hour. And I was like, this weekend, I'm definitely going to tune in. Like I said, for me, I'm educating myself because, you know, I'm educating myself for me, you know, 100%. But going back to what we said in the beginning, like I said, we got kids, man. And like I said, shit don't look like it's getting better, you know. And, you know, the sad part, like I said, for us, we have to educate ourselves at our kids at an early age because our kids are the ones that's coming up to us before the age of 8 years old, 9, 10 years old, asking us about racism. Whereas the other, like white people, other races, stuff like that, they don't really got to get into that until they get older. You know what I'm saying? But we do, and that's the unfortunate part. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that just sitting there, it's like, man, I'm sitting there every day. Even my kid's 5, my son is 5 months, so I'm not really worried about him coming up to me asking. But it's just like if he was like 1 or like 2 or even 3, it's just like when they're able to start watching TV and really starting to pay attention to things, they're like, oh, why is this like that? Why is obviously you don't get into, you know, I'm not going to get into like give them everything as a whole, but it's like, why am I giving you that conversation at 3, 4 years old? Like I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's something that Black people go through every day, and we got to prepare ourselves for every day. Like I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, I got to give this speech, this situation, this scenario. We could literally write a book, damn near a Bible, on the stuff that Black people you have to prepare for from the day you're born all the way until you die as a Black man or woman in America. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous how, like, our preparation for life is so difficult, like, compared to anybody else. Like, Caucasians getting their kids ready for next stages in life. It's about, like, you know, dealing with other people. I don't know, dealing with self-change, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Being comfortable around other people. Us is identifying who don't like you, staying away from them, watching your back at all times, knowing how to protect yourself at all times, because you're protecting yourself against your own kind and them other boys. Them other boys, we all know who they are. It's like it's ridiculous, bro. Like
Also,
this goes in age, like you said, like 18's a big deal, 21's a big deal. You hit past 25, that's big. Like it's like every 5 years, every 3-5 years is big to us, because like, yo, okay, another milestone. We almost there. Like we
I'm about
almost
to be 30 next year. I'm sitting there preparing like I'm about to be made it to 100 or something. Like I'm like, dog, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like another thing I want to say. My last thing I really want to say. I was reading a study as well, as far as officers, white officers. So the study showed that a lot of these cops the white cops that are killing these Black men and women. So the way they're raised, a lot of it does have to do with the way you're raised. We know that, right? What you're taught. A lot of them come from rich neighborhoods where they don't have to, there's not too many Black people. They don't have to worry about, you know, a lot of crime, stuff like that. But what they are taught is kind of innocent, like Black people are this, Black people are that, watch out for this, watch out for that. So when they go through the whole process of being a cop, they end up in these areas where they're predominantly black society and minorities, stuff like that. So as a cop, you have a gun, you have a badge, and as a human being in general, right? We're taught like, hey, survival. Like if I feel fearful for my life, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna protect yourself. So these cops that are already on edge, they taught this about us, Black people, minorities, stuff like that. You put them in these areas that are deemed dangerous, or, you know, predominantly Black people or whatever, and you have your thought process. Literally, these cops are driving around, say afraid. So they're, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they're so quick to do. Yeah, there's trigger happy, because it's like, you know, anything, you know, like I said, if I had a gun, if I'm afraid for my life, you know what I'm saying, from an animal, like, you know what I'm saying, like you know, and that's how they're treating us, you know what I'm saying, and that's the study showed that's what they're doing. A lot of these, it's the system, like, oh, conspiracy. I don't really get into conspiracy, but it's like it's factual. Like they're not, a lot of these cops coming from there and they're going to these areas, they're getting put in these areas, and it's like they feel like because the hiring process, you know who they're hiring. Derek Chauvin, whoever hired the system, their criteria, he probably fit their criteria. Oh, okay. Oh, he comes from here. He's this and that. Boom, boom, boom. You know, like I feel like when you like any other job, bro, you know who you're hiring. As a manager, you know the type of person. So I feel like they're intentionally hiring these racist cops, these cops that come from these backgrounds where it's like, oh yeah, you didn't know too many black people, or you're from this area. Oh, okay, we're gonna put you here because we know you gonna, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. And just sucks.
Crazy that you said that. I seen this thing online that was talking about military people, and I have no problem with military people. I have veterans in my family, stuff like that. And you guys you're a veteran. Oh, I'm pointing at you. They can't see you, but yeah, you're a vet. You know what I'm saying? Des, you're a vet. Like y'all got time in the game. But I seen this thing where they're saying like it'd be people that did time in the military and then come out and let's say apply to be a cop, and they'll go out into the force, like into the cop world, and they would treat messing with black people as a sport. Like they would like, let's say we're all in California. Okay, let's say they're assigned to Torrance PD or some shit like that, right? They'll come to my area and fuck with some people down here, even though they ain't even supposed to be down here. But they'll do it and get on the radio like, oh, I got there first. This was mine, blah, blah, blah type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how true that is, but the way shit going, it might be true, it may not be true. I ain't got the evidence behind it. But as quick as motherfuckers shooting to kill, I mean,
yeah,
it might be true. I don't know. But
I mean, yeah,
it's unfortunate, dog. It's the life that we didn't choose that we gotta live. But this is boxer that I follow on Instagram. His name is James the Beast Wilson. He said America's lucky that black people aren't looking for revenge. We're just looking for equality. Because if we're looking for revenge, it would be a big problem.
That's it.
And I am a firm believer in that.
That's it. But yeah. So I mean, but like I said, at the end of the day, we want equality, and
that's it. We ain't asking for shit else.
We still the people that, like I said, we still sit there and embrace everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why that's so hard. I don't know why that's so hard. It's like we ask you to move into your house, eat up your groceries and shit. Like we just want to be treated right. Like the only time we're getting treated right is when we're giving y'all money, making y'all money.
Yep.
That's it. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, I mean, unless y'all.
Hey.
I mean, I'm be honest. Like, I don't with like these last couple weeks, dude. Like, literally, I'm glad we recorded the episode before last week's episode before they did, because
it'd have been hard to talk about.
It would have been hard to really have. We probably wouldn't have had an episode last week or this week, but obviously, as a podcast, you know, like I said in the beginning, man, we have an obligation to talk about the important issues and the most important issues in the world, right? You know, I mean, we love to talk about sports and music and anything entertaining and laugh and joke, you know, but not, you know, if not, we address what's at the forefront and of the most importance. So, I mean, we ain't really shit going on with sports and music anyway, but even if there was, we probably still want to talk about it this week. So, I don't really have nothing else to say.
I don't think there's nothing else to talk about. The whole world's at a standstill other than the fucking NBA coming back. But shit, other than that, shit ain't nothing to talk about. I mean,
yeah. So I'm gonna say, anybody that tuned in this week, watch this episode. We appreciate you. And you know, we can't say enough thank you for sticking with us. Episode 4. Yeah, the circumstances, although we wish they were better, it's, you know, I mean, just take it one day at a time. We hope that everybody's mental health is straight. We hope everybody's able to deal with things. That, like I said, if you listen to our podcast, if you need people to talk to, you want to reach out to us, Instagrams are at the bottom. Or if you want to list the show podcast, you know, or the show Instagram is there as well to hit us up. Yeah, we here. I mean, if you got questions, you want to, I don't know, you got something you want to talk about, just let us talk about, just let us know. Hopefully things get better, because we're going to be here next week. We don't know, obviously we don't know, we can't foresee the future. We don't know what's going to happen. But we'll definitely give you guys something, as far as we'll be here talking about something, you know. We just hope that things are heading in a positive direction, which they kind of are to a limit.
Right.
So I mean, other than that, I don't got really nothing else.
Yeah, man. Like Dave said, man, thanks for staying on this ride, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, man, we can push through this shit, man. As a unit, as a unity, you know, everybody stay together, and we could take down the masses, you know. We all stay together, come together as one. We can do anything. We can do what's right.
Yeah. Dez, you got something to say?
Nah, man.
That boy too cool for school, man.
So,
Thank you for following me.
you said what?
I was just saying, thanks for following us. And one last thing, educate yourselves, man. Keep that going. You know what I mean? Educate yourselves, man. That's it.
That's all you can do. Well, thanks for tuning in to episode 4. We will catch y'all next week. It's the Jacks of All Trade podcast. David, Evan, Dez, Dave, Evan. We out.
You give it there. You can't do it.
Peace, y'all.